credit, and there was a lot of positives from yesterday's game that we've got to kind of use going forward, that we will use going forward, and our whole season's ahead of us. So let's go make the most of it.
Tom Brady, I was on the positive side of things, but Shannon, which team will bounce back on Sunday in your opinion, Patriots or Steelers?
Patriots. Okay. I trust their makeup. I trust their mindset. I trust their mindset. I just do not believe the Steelers will ever be as successful as they can be as long as Ben Roethlisberger is your unquestioned leader. He's too quick to lay blame. He's too quick to point and not accept responsibility. He has too cavalier, oh, yeah, I'm going to throw interceptions. Oh, well, you just got to deal with it. And that rubs me the wrong way, Skip. Mm-hmm. And it's reported that, Mike Tomlin said he could have come back in the game. Well, my question is, okay, you left the game with a rib injury, and you could have come back in sooner. It was almost like I called my shot. Okay, I'm going to go back in now. I want to play hero. Come on. It's always going to be a problem as long as Ben's the quarterback because it's always going to be someone else's fault. They should have called a different play. Antonio Brown should have run a better route. James Washington should have caught the ball with his hands instead of trying to jump up and catch it. And that's a problem. And when your quarterback is quick to lay blame and not as quick to accept responsibility, that's going to be the problem. I've seen the Patriots lose at 2014, Skip, that debacle that they had in Arrowhead, and it was over. The sky was falling. And Coach Belichick just quickly said, he coined the phrase, we're on to Cincinnati. They've lost late in the season before and somehow still managed because they have the right makeup. They have the right mixture of guys between vets and young guys. But that's one thing you can say about him. And, I give him a lot of flack, but he'll accept responsibility. I got to play better. I got to do a better job of getting us in and out of the huddle. I got to do a better job of ball placement. And I'll be better. Coach Belichick says, the last play's on me. I got to do a better job of situational football. Everybody will accept responsibility when it doesn't go right. And there's enough credit to go around when everything does go right. And therein lies the difference between the two teams. Because I think the talent levels, especially offensively, is there. Defensively, to a man, I believe the Steelers have more talent defensively.
I would agree. They do.
But as a team, all that finger pointing and blame, and it told me everything I need to know this summer. When they came out and personally attacked Le'Veon Bell, I already knew right then. I was like, nah, I can't pick y'all to go to the Super Bowl. No, dude, y'all got too much drama going on. And it's playing out for you right now, Skip.
So I agree with your big picture premise that mental toughness, I'm taking Tom Brady every time over Ben Roethlisberger, and I'm taking team over team, New England over Pittsburgh, even though this game, once again, is at Pittsburgh. I just do not trust Bill Belichick's defense this year. It is below average, and I'm being nice when I say that. It has now plummeted to 24th in opponents' third downs allowed. That is horrendously bad. I told you what they allowed at Miami. Brady held the ball for 75 plays to only 45 plays, and the Miami Dolphins, led by Ryan Tannehill for most of the game, averaged 9.1 yards per play. Every time they snapped the ball, they got an average of 9. Obviously, got helped by 69 yards to end the game. But it's still, they were already up pretty high before that.
Correct.
So this defense is now 22nd in yards, and you always say, yeah, but what about points? They're 12th in points. And again, that's not Belichickian. That's a recipe for disaster against this offense in Pittsburgh. In the cold, where they're a little better, usually, not that New England doesn't play well in the cold, but again, this is the flying circus is still in effect here. And James Conner, who's been pivotal to them this year without Le'Veon, looks like he might be able to come back and play off his ankle injury. Well, they reported yesterday that it looked like he was on track to come back.
But, Skip, you remember last year. Ben went up and down the field, and what did he do at the end of the game?
Up and down. And would you believe, he like Brady had a good game. He had an 83 QBR. Ben had 93 last year. He did. He went up and down the field.
And when you needed that play, the one play, the same thing we saw against Denver, Skip.
Okay. 3rd and goal from the 7. 5 seconds to go. Whose fault was it? I don't know. Ben's throwing them under the bus on the sideline. They wanted him to spike, so he did a fake spike.
Right.
And he threw it into the end zone to nobody.
Right.
He threw it to Eli Rogers? Really?
Exactly.
And the ball
because
gets tipped up in the air?
If I'm not mistaken, because I think AB had gotten hurt early in the game, remember?
Yep. And Eric Rowe made the first and maybe last play of his career. He tipped the ball up in the air, and Deron Harmon intercepted it, and that was basically the game. And I still think they got robbed on the Jesse James play, which was first and goal from the 10, because you didn't think he scored. I thought he scored. They said it was no catch.
Right.
Right.
But that's the thing, Skip. And you look at Ben's numbers, up and down the field he goes. But you look at those turnovers and when they happen, they're back-breaking. He did the same thing in Denver. Skip had the game. I mean, they're about to win the game. And why he was, first of all, even if the lineman did not rush, Roby's going to pick it. You keep throwing the ball in the middle of the field down there, Skip. There's so many things that could happen. Nobody should throw a pass in the middle of the field like that on the goal line after what happened in the Super Bowl between Seattle and New England.
I got you.
And they still do it. Okay. Skip, I don't trust Ben. I don't trust him.
I don't either. But I really, really don't trust Belichick's defense against Ben in this game, because you want to talk about do or die.
Right.
Maybe for Mike Tomlin, maybe. I don't know that, but it just seems like it's all teetering, right? But remember what's left for them. Next week, they have to go to New Orleans. They get the Bengals at home to finish. But, man, this is like do or die. They're 7-5-1. They have a half-game lead in the division over Baltimore. Really? So has Tom Brady owned them there? Yeah, he has. He's 11-2 lifetime against Pittsburgh. He's 30 touchdowns to 4 interceptions lifetime against Pittsburgh. He's 6-2 overall at Pittsburgh. 6-2. Well, that's just horrendously bad. But can he overcome? I thought he would. It looked like he had won the game in spite of his defense at Miami. And again, we come back to what the great Michael Irvin said yesterday. He made a great point about the Dolphins. They're division rivals, and at Miami, they just believe that somehow, some way, they're going to pull out some crazy win over New England.
And that's their Super Bowl.
Okay.
They get bragging rights, Skip.
Okay. And similarly, it seems like New England, even though they're not division rivals, they're AFC rivals. It just seems like every time they go to Pittsburgh, they just think, we'll figure this out because he's going to throw it to us at some point.
I think the thing that's really hurt Coach Belichick's defense, Skip, they don't have that one guy.
They don't?
They had it. Chandler Jones was the one guy could get home, and if you look at what he's done since he's been in Arizona, Skip,
I agree.
He's gone to the Pro Bowl. He's been an All-Pro. He's the one guy. But the way he rushes the quarterback, Coach Belichick wants you to take the whole man, play right down the middle, and don't give anybody lanes. Well, to rush the passer, Skip, you got to bend the edges. Sometimes you got to go inside. Sometimes you got to go outside. So they don't have that one guy. And when he brings pressure, they don't really have guys on the back end that's great on one-on-one coverage. So you sacrifice your back end to try to get pressure. Well, I don't know if you necessarily want to bring pressure against Big Ben when you have AB, Juju, you have Jesse James or McDonald's going one-on-one with guys in the secondary. But you're right, they're 12th. They're right there, but Coach Belichick is normally, when it's all said and done, he's always in that top 10 in scoring defense.
I know, but I did not like what I saw at Miami. I did not. This is the time of year you need to take off, and they threw it in reverse. And
hold on. They'll be just fine. You got Tom Brady. You told me they got to go.
No.
He didn't look, did he? I just want to know, I want you to answer me this. Did he look goatish to you on Sunday?
Yep, he did.
6 possessions. Last 6 possessions, you got 6 points.
I thought he was really good.
Oh, really? That's what you thought?
He threw for a season high, what was it, 3?
A season high.
Yeah.
But you've been hyping him all for the MVP.
Yeah, I have.
So in a season high and an L.
He's doing the Kyler Murray of the NFL because he's having to overcome a bad defense.
Oh, so let me ask you a question.
He had him at 9. They should be, what are they, 9-4? They should be 10-3. 10-3 with that defense?
So let me get this right. So let me get this right. I know a guy that's playing quarterback for a team, Holly, I don't know if you know him. In his 2 losses, his team is giving up 98 points.
I don't know who that is.
You know who it is.
I don't. I have no idea who you're talking about.
You remember his defense gave up 43 to Tom Brady, and they gave up another 55 to the Rams. That's what his team, and you want to talk about defense?
So I'm the fool who's hyping Brady for MVP when he threw for 182 in the fourth quarter to outgun the young gun, Patrick Mahomes?
With that defense.
Really?
So why didn't he outgun Ryan Tannehill?
Well, did you?
Why did he outgun him?
Guess what? Patrick Mahomes put up 31 in the second half at Foxborough. 31 points.
What did he do in the first half?
Yikes.
So you don't want to give Coach Belichick no defense?
I got to tell you, I am leaning toward picking Pittsburgh in this game. I think they're going to break the hex.
Hold on, but Skip. But in the first half, when Coach Belichick's defense picked him off 3 times, we want to talk about that? We ain't going to talk about that?
Well, he threw it to them.
Don't do that, Skip. Come on.
Well, he did. Those weren't forced errors. Those were unforced. Seriously.
Let's change this up. Talk about a quarterback coming up in the next segment that is not getting the job done. Should the Vikings regret giving the big bucks to Kirk Cousins? We'll discuss that coming up next.